Good afternoon, Central Ohio, and thanks for joining us here for another edition of our 10 Weather Impact Show. I'm meteorologist Aaron White, and it's been a pretty quiet Monday, a quiet start to our week, a quiet start to December, but that's going to change quickly here tonight into tomorrow as we have another 10 weather impact alert for snow back in the forecast. And this one, we are talking about some decent accumulation here across central and southern Ohio as we go through the next 24 hours. So right now, again, things are pretty quiet, but snow is on the way, and that's going to have some impacts on the commute here tomorrow morning as the snow will be falling after midnight, and enough time will pass that the snow will accumulate here by 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning on your Tuesday, so likely some slippery roads and some decent accumulation here through tomorrow. And then the snow will clear out, and we are looking at some better conditions here by tomorrow afternoon. But the snow will continue through around 9 a.m. We have a winter weather advisory in effect through tomorrow morning because of the snow, and the expected accumulation of around 1 to 3, perhaps as much as 4 inches of snowfall here as we go through again the next 24 hours. But right now, yeah, things are quiet. We got cloudy skies. Temperatures are on the chilly side, around 32 degrees, so it's cold enough for the snow. And this is about what we will see as we go into tonight. Our temperature will drop down to around 28 degrees, so the snow will be falling, and we're not tracking any rain, not tracking any ice, so it will be all snow here through tonight and tomorrow. Right now, again, 32 degrees, but with that wind out of the east at 14 miles per hour, so a bit of a breeze, it does feel like it's around 22 here this afternoon. So a chilly Monday, and it's only going to be cold here really for the extended forecast. But as I mentioned, things right now are pretty quiet. We got overcast skies, but as we look to the west, you can already see the snow not too far away there around Indianapolis, starting to see maybe a couple flurries, but more of the snow that's even further west as we look back towards St. Louis, back into Kansas City. They've seen 2 to 4 inches of snowfall already in northeast Kansas and around the Kansas City metro, leading to big travel headaches around there. So what we can expect are similar conditions, 2 to 4 inches of snow around the morning commute. There are going to be some travel problems here for tomorrow morning, but like I said, better conditions are expected by the afternoon. Once the snow clears out, road crews can get a handle on the road conditions. Things will be better here by tomorrow afternoon. Meanwhile, further south, there's actually some ice over Arkansas, rain well to the south. So as this system tracks further to the east, that's going to keep all the snow really across Ohio. Far southern Ohio could see a quick wintry mix, but really we are looking at pretty much all snow here for your Tuesday morning. As we go through the hour-by-hour forecast here, by 9 p.m., still looking pretty quiet. We got overcast skies, but not too far away, we are starting to see some of that snow building in. So areas around Kenton, Bell Fountain, down towards Springfield could start to see some flakes flying here as early as 8, 9 o'clock this evening. Then as we go through midnight, starting to see that snow overspread central Ohio. And something to take note of, and something we're noticing on some of the computer models here, is right in here where you see nothing happening between the snow. That could be a concern. Some dry air mixing into the system could actually have an impact on how much snowfall we get here through the next 24 hours. So if we actually see this pan out this way, then we might only be talking about an inch of snowfall. But if it fills in pretty quickly, then we are likely going to see that 2 to 4 inches of snowfall here through tomorrow morning, especially when you consider some of the darker blue shown up there. That's going to be some moderate to, at times, heavier snowfall here 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. That's going to continue to build through. Then by 7 a.m., things do start to gradually wind down as we get towards the 9 o'clock hour. We're basically going to be done with the snow, and things will start to improve as we go through the day tomorrow. Could still see a couple flurries, but nothing really problematic here for tomorrow afternoon. So again, to recap, snowfall forecast 2 to 4 inches across central and southern Ohio. If we see that dry air, then we would be talking about that limiting factor, so maybe down to an inch. But generally, looking at 1 to 3 inches of snowfall, as much as 4 inches will be possible for some locations here as we go through tonight into your Tuesday morning. So our 7-day forecast here, looking at snow likely here overnight into 9 as late as 10 o'clock in the morning After that, the rest of the day is going to be quiet, just cloudy, couple flurries, 33 for a high temperature, up to 34 on Wednesday, and we actually will start to get a little bit of sunshine here by Wednesday and Thursday, so likely going to help to melt a little bit of that snow. Now, if we do see some of that melting snow, there would be concerns that we could start to see some fog developing here by Thursday and Friday as we are tracking our next system that could bring some flurries here as we look ahead to our Friday. Nothing really major, just a couple of flurries that would be in the forecast here for Friday and potentially as we head into the weekend on Saturday and Sunday. Those systems are not big systems like this one, so likely not, at least at this time, it wouldn't be something that would bring us any snow accumulation, but it is something we will have to really keep an eye on here as we head into the weekend, as our temperatures are cold enough, so really anything that does fall, even if it is light, it could still cause some problems on the roads. Even if we get some freezing drizzle like we actually had yesterday evening in some parts of western Iowa, if we get more systems like that bring some freezing drizzle, some light flurries, could still cause some minor issues here as we head towards the weekend. So we're watching that, of course, but really right now the focus is going to be on what's happening here tonight into tomorrow, with our 10 weather impact alert and that likelihood of 2 to 4 inches of snowfall that is expected. Now, finally today, let's go ahead and check out some video here. And this one actually occurred earlier today. This is a Falcon 9 launch that actually happened from the SpaceX's launch of 29 Starlink satellites to low Earth orbit earlier today. That all actually happened at Kennedy Space Center. This is the 4th flight for the first stage booster supporting the mission, and it previously launched 3 Starlink missions. So really cool to see what's happening there in the space world, and really what they're doing with SpaceX, which all the Starlink satellites helping to bring internet access to more rural communities across, not even just here in the U.S., but really across the world with SpaceX and their mission. Now, another video, this is actually from Chicago. This one actually is showing all the snow that they saw with the last wintry system, that snow that brought actually 8.4 inches of snow at Chicago O'Hare. That led to a lot of a mess with travel delays, of course, on Saturday, especially considering it was one of the busier travel days after the Thanksgiving holiday. So having so much snow did have some impacts, but it also set a record for the snowiest November day in Chicago. It also broke the daily snowfall record for November 29th. A mere 3 inches fell back in 1942, the old record. So really smashed that record with over 8 inches of snowfall. So pretty wild to see what's been happening there. But also, again, we are tracking our own system here. So let's go ahead and get into the forecast one more time. Here's a look at the next 7 days as we are tracking, again, that weather impact alert here for tomorrow morning for the commute, as snow is going to have some big impacts here on really the travel for tomorrow morning, and then into the afternoon things are looking a lot quieter here for the rest of the day and really for the rest of the week. You see those minor chances for flurries and snow showers here as we head into the weekend. That's not going to cause many problems. It's going to be tonight into tomorrow morning that we really have to be focused in on with this weather impact alert, as we are going to see that snow accumulation. So as we go through the forecast, we are expecting some accumulation. About 2 to 4 inches is our current forecast, but as I mentioned earlier, there's going to be that concern about some dry air mixing into the system. That's going to be a big limiting factor. If it doesn't happen, then we're all going to see 2 to 4 inches of snowfall, but I think if we get a little sliver of that dry air, then a few of us may be only getting in an inch of snow. But even if we only get an inch, that can still cause some problems. There's been many times where we get those half-inch to 1-inch snows, and they lead to a lot of issues with traffic backups, and that could be an issue here as we head into tomorrow morning, as the snow will be likely at its heaviest just before the morning commute. So we're talking about a quick pileup of the snowfall leading to 2, 3, 4 inches, maybe as much as 5 in a couple places. If we see some of those heavier bands of snow moving over some of the same locations, it won't take long for that snow to really start to pile up here as we go through the morning hours. So again, weather impact alert for the snow. So now is the time to just kind of plan ahead, think about what you have going on here tomorrow morning. If you're heading off to work, you maybe want to give yourself some extra time. So maybe set that alarm a little early here tomorrow and try to leave maybe 30 minutes early just to avoid, if there are some slowdowns, you at least have enough time to get to work still with the snow that is in the forecast. And of course, tomorrow, school, there could be some delays, maybe some cancellations. Just have to watch for updates from your local school district on what's going to be happening with that snow in the forecast here through tomorrow morning. But right now things are quiet. Like I said, Monday afternoon, we're looking good. We got cloudy skies. It's chilly, of course. It is December and temperatures are about where they should be, maybe a little bit colder than where they should be for this time of year. We're only at 32 this afternoon. Cloudy skies, winds east at 14, so gives us a wind chill factor down to 22 degrees, and it's going to stay cold. We may get up to 34 at best this afternoon. Otherwise, we're going to be kind of locked around the lower 30s here for the rest of today and tonight and tomorrow. I think tonight, though, we could briefly get down to the upper 20s, around 28, 29 degrees. And because of that, our road temperatures are going to drop down to near and below freezing. Right now, they're around 35 to 40, so they're a little bit too warm that the snow, as it falls, it would melt on contact. But as that snow continues to fall overnight tonight, it's going to eventually start to stick. The road temperatures are going to get down to about 30 to 33 degrees. So eventually that snow is going to stick. It's going to start to accumulate not just on the grass, but also on the roads, the sidewalks, other surfaces. So just keep that in mind. You're likely going to have to break out the shovel here tomorrow, maybe the snowblower if you want to, but definitely the shovel here as we go through tomorrow with 2 to 4 inches of snowfall in the forecast. And we've already seen that not too far away back across the Central Plains, the western part of the Midwest, seeing 2 to 4 inches of snowfall here last night into this morning. And that same system is coming our way. So as we zoom things out here, cloudy skies right now, but here's the snow. We've already seen 2 to 4 inches of snowfall in parts of northeast Kansas, around the Kansas City metro, even into northern parts and central parts of Missouri. That snow continues to fall around St. Louis, and if you follow it, well, it's heading our way. So this is what we're watching, this area of low pressure. It's going to keep the colder air far enough south that this is going to be an all snow event. We're not talking about any rain, no icing like they are seeing there in parts of Arkansas right now. That's all going to stay to our south, maybe getting into parts of West Virginia. That's about the closest it would be for, to us, but it's going to be all snow here in central and southern Ohio. So let's go ahead and look at that here on the hour-by-hour forecast. Right now, like I said, it's pretty cloudy. It's going to stay cloudy here through tonight. 9 p.m., still cloudy, but starting to see some of that snow affecting a few of us there around Bucyrus, Kenton, Bellefontaine, down to Springfield. That's the start of the snow. So as we go through time here, by midnight, we are starting to see it fill in across central and southern Ohio. I mentioned this earlier. If we see a dry pocket like this, that could have a huge impact on the snowfall total. So if this happens tonight and you're stuck under that, well, you're not going to see 2 to 4 inches of snow. You're likely going to see 1 to 2 at best. So we're going to be watching this closely to see where that sets up. This is a computer projection, so this could easily be right here, but it could also be a little bit further north over the Columbus metro. It could be further south over areas around Circleville, Chillicothe as well. So wherever that sets up, if it does, you're not going to see as much snow. So that's just want to put it out there, as that's what we are tracking here for tonight. But even if that does happen briefly, the snow will fill in. So everyone is going to see some snow here during the overnight hours into tomorrow morning. And what you want to notice here is the pockets of that darker blue. That's some heavy snow. We could see some snowfall rates over 1/2 inch per hour, and it's not going to take long for roads to get slippery and travel to really become difficult here as we go through the morning hours, 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, even by 7 a.m. Still looking at some darker blue, some moderate snow, not out of the question, especially now to the east. So east of I-71 after 7 a.m., still dealing with the snow. West of 71, maybe some flurries, some light snow showers, but it does start to gradually end here. So by 8 o'clock, it's likely going to be wrapping up in the Columbus metro. 9 a.m., still some light snow showers to our east, but really by 9 a.m., most of the snow is out of here. So it's all going to build off to the east into Pennsylvania, and all we would be tracking for the rest of the day would be some flurries and really just some cloudy skies here for the rest of your Tuesday. But you can see some blips there. A couple flurries not out of the question, but really the problematic snow, that's going to be during the overnight hours into our Tuesday morning through about 9 a.m. Then things will gradually start to get better once the temperatures begin to warm up a little bit to near or slightly above freezing, but especially once the road crews are able to get a better handle on the snow and treat the roads and clear the roads, then things are looking better here, especially as we head towards tomorrow afternoon. And then really looking at some quiet conditions for a couple of days through the extended forecast. Couple minor chances for snow here this weekend, but really the focus is going to be on what's happening here tonight and tomorrow. 2 to 4 inches, that's our forecast right now for central and southern Ohio. But again, if we see that dry air, if you're stuck under that, bank on maybe 1 to 2 inches of snowfall for your area, as we would not see really as much snowfall in those locations. So our 7-day forecast here one more time. Weather impact alert here for tomorrow for the commute. 33 is our high temperature, so barely getting to or above freezing. So that snow's not going to really be melting here through the day. By Wednesday, could see some melting, especially if we get some sunshine here for the afternoon. And then our temperatures do drop back down to the lower 30s here as we look ahead to Thursday and Friday. But also note on Friday, that morning temperature, 14 degrees. It's going to be pretty cold here as we head into our Friday, mainly because we have some fresh snow on the ground. Those temperatures will be able to drop down under a clear sky that we have in the forecast here Thursday night into Friday morning. So much colder temperatures are expected. Again, these temperatures are running below normal for the first week of December. Nothing too out of the ordinary, though, getting some cold temperatures and, of course, some snow here in the first part of December. So, you know, it's to be expected, but it is going to be a very chilly forecast, and at least for the next 24 hours, it's going to be a snowy forecast, as we are expecting, again, 2 to 4 inches of snowfall here across central and southern Ohio. So that'll do it for us here today on the 10 Weather Impact Show. Coming up later on this afternoon, Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz will be in with the latest on the snowfall forecast and, of course, the rest of the 7-day forecast with those chances for some minor snow showers as we head towards the weekend. So until then, you can always get more news and weather online at 10tv.com.